Hello and welcome back to Rivalry Round here at Seabus Super Stadium. It's the Gold Coast Titans taking on the North Queensland Cowboys in this Queensland Derby. Here in the Gold Coast tonight. It's a rainy night indeed, as these two teams off with mixed starts to the season. A 2-0 record for the Cowboys and a 1-1 for the Titans. Look to improve upon their season so far. I'm your Commissioner Wilke, joined by Snicko Bro in the box, and we are looking forward to this as a lot of Origin jerseys on up for grabs tonight, really.
Yeah, I think there's 17 Queensland jerseys up for grab and 16 New South Wales jerseys. Of course, Will presented me mine before the game. I was very chuffed to receive it, as Raymond's going to kick us off here. But you're right. I think we're going to have a likely Origin fullback showdown. Would you say so, with Liam Ryan and Chaz Dingo at either end?
I mean, yeah, those would probably be the probables of the fullbacks for both teams. Chaz Dingo, he's just been one of the greatest fullbacks our game's ever seen. And of course, Liam Ryan, a very good, good season 6, enter season 6 at the Rabbitohs. Built on that in season 7 here at the Titans. He was the Queensland fullback last season in the last series. So I think it'd be pretty safe to say, with the form he's remained in, that he'd be, in fact, the fullback.
Yeah, and a good start there from him. The other question is that they did get swept 3-0, so will Sonny Ty make any changes to try and avoid back-to-back sweeps? And maybe that could cause Liam Ryan's spot to come under some scrutiny.
I mean, they only got swept 3-0 because the Blues, as we all know, are just the superior state in every way. So, I mean, we shouldn't hold it against them. They got swept.
They only got swept 3-0 because there's only 3 games. If it was 5 games, it would have been 5-0.
Yeah, they would have been absolutely screwed. But apparently, the wetter of the stronger. Apparently, NZ's the stronger country.
Oh, not apparently. Yeah, I think that result was pretty comprehensive.
Yeah, that was a good game. That was a real good game. But anyway,
that was 5-try bunts game, right?
That was 5-try bunts game. Unfortunately, it counts for very little in the holes of the SRL.
The scheme of things.
Honor boards, because it is, in fact, as some would say, a Mickey Mouse game. As we have Justin Monkey going through the middle. And he's fighting for a bit of Origin once more this season. Caleb J just getting past one. As they go out to the right mark iron, now to Jake Scott. And he's had a good start as well. The vice captain for the Cowboys. They're going left. Jordan Ford just finds Luke Driscoll, who tackles him well. No help there, and the Cowboys hitting back well. 20 metres out now. They go right. It's going to be Mark Iron putting it up very high for Liam Ryan, who's in chase. It's going to be tapped back. In fact, it's going to be Chaz Dingo. And I'm getting deja vu, Snicko, because that is Chaz Dingo next to the points once more.
I feel like I've seen this one 1,000 times from Chaz Dingo. He just lurks and lurks, and it's so hard to tackle. Straight past Mark Lee there. The goalpost on the other side of him, so no one could get across. And yeah, 4 minutes in, the Cowboys have scored.
Yeah, and that's just good from Chaz Dingo, fighting for that Origin jersey. He's been in good form at the end of last season, good form at the start of this season, so good to see that continue in round 3. You think Raymond would get this kick to make it 6-0? He sure does.
Yeah, that was pretty much a gimme kick from the Cowboys. You wouldn't want to see him miss too many of those, but worrying signs early from the Titans. They're going to have to really tighten up.
Yeah, they will, and the Titans tighten up. That's a funny thing to say. They need to just do that. Their defense, it's one of their best aspects of their game often, but when it's not on, I mean, it goes without saying. When their defense is not playing well, they are playing pretty terrible in attack as well. So they need to play the two sides in this game. They need to play for all 80 minutes, which they struggled with last week against the Warriors. Of course, the game starts when that first whistle is blown. They need to maintain a high level of energy in this clash.
You're right, and I'm always glad commentating with you because I get to learn things like the game does in fact start when the whistle is blown.
Just a bit of clever insight there, Snicko. Maybe one day when you're representative, you'll understand things like this.
From your commissioner to the ears of many.
As Liam Ryan just steps one, breaks a tackle. That was a bit strange. He just kind of seemed to stop, and the Titans, they'll get a good opportunity here. That's Mark Lee going out to the right. Lachlan Martin brought down. Out to the right again. McCluckey links up with Christian McKay. He gets an offload on the inside. It's going to be Mark Lee for the line. Mark Lee, he's pushing for it. He'll be brought down short, though. That's going to be the fourth.
Hip drop.
No. As they're going to go left offload from McKay to McCluckey, as he's going to drive over the line, and he's going to get the ball down. And Christian McKay with a beautiful offload after Mark Lee's great run. And it looks like the Titans are on the board.
Yeah, very strong young man, Michael McCluckey. He's made a name for himself pushing over the line, and I think, I'm actually not sure who that is, but they're unable to contain him. It might be Tom Jemison, perhaps. Unable to get him down.
I think it was Jordan Ford. I wasn't actually paying attention to his face, but I think it was Jordan Ford.
Talking of faces, do we have a new referee? The man who singled that one. I think I've seen him before.
Which one, in the back? In the back? Or
yeah, in the background there.
Just there. That's Marco Giampolo. He's from the Super League. He's come over just for this week because we're short on referees, of course.
Very handsome.
He's a unit. As 6-0 will be the score. 8 minutes in, and we may be in for a high-scoring affair here, Snicko.
Yeah, I actually thought it was going to be a bit of a slugfest with the two forwards just really duking it out, especially in the wet. It turns out it's a bit of a slugfest in terms of the forwards aren't moving very well, and they're letting everyone just go through them with two outside back scoring, or two backline members scoring in the first 8 minutes. 12 points in 8 minutes. Hold on to your seats. This could be entertaining.
And that's what we want to see going into Origin. There's lots of jerseys up for grabs. So, you really want to be putting on your best attacking showcase. Despite defense being at 50% of the game, it's often attack that does get praised a lot more. So you want to be strong on both sides, but definitely showing all you've got in that when you're running the ball, when you're kicking it, when you're setting up plays. That's the moments that's going to get you picked.
Do you think that Michael McCluckey is any chance of slotting into that Queensland number 6?
No.
We've had Jack Cahill retire. Is there many other halves you think would sit in front of him?
Yeah, I think that pretty comfortably Blake Harris will be sitting in front of him, and I know that comes as a shocking take as I am his captain, but I think Blake Harris very comfortably sits in front of Michael McCluckey at the moment. And there's a couple here and there. Isaac Edwards probably.
I was going to say there's even two half spots. So even if Blake Harris does sit in front of him, there is a chance for him still to make the squad.
I mean, there is, but you'd probably go with someone a bit more proven at halfback. I'd probably put Isaac Edwards at halfback and Blake Harris at 6, but that's just me personally. There's a lot of options. Maybe he'll get into a spot, but I think he'll probably be in the squad, but I don't know if he'll be in the first in the game 1 team list.
Yeah, interesting. I'm surprised you shared so many thoughts, considering you are only trying to take down Sonny and the Maroons later on in the season. Very generous.
I mean, you got to give the inferior state, just a bit of a head start. It's tough going for them, so they need as much help as they can get. There's a lot of players there that can fill in those gaps, and I'm definitely leaving out a couple names that I don't want being in the side deliberately.
Well, I think it doesn't really matter who they pick, to be honest.
No, exactly. It's going to be hard to walk around and run around when they've got two heads as soon as they put that Maroons jersey on. As Christian McKay there, just playing the ball. Mike Borson's going for the long kick. It will go out to Caleb J, who on the kick return gets rid of one. Liam Ryan bringing him down. Dylan Murray just missing the tackle there. And he's a short, stubby bloke, isn't he, Dylan Murray? And I think that really makes it hard for him to make tackles at centre.
Size is no objection, is what I would say. He could almost be a Dolphin with his size deficit. He'd fit in well.
Yeah,
but speaking of halves, Borson's for a halfback jersey, where does that sit?
I'm not going to give too much away there, Snicko. There's quite a few people gunning for that halfback jersey at the moment.
Give me a top 5. Let the listeners into your wonderful mind.
Well, I mean, the top 5, so you probably have... Oh, we've got Jake Scott. We'll go on the top 5 in a second after the ball's headed over, because I may do a big play here at the start. Alright, no, they won't. Alright. Oh, no, they will. Nathan
will
O'Donnell
they?
away. Nathan O'Donnell with a bit of space. It was a good thing I held off Snicko as he goes down the field. We'll get back to that in a moment. We're commentating, not podcasting. We will not be putting any players down as Jerome Daly.
Should we start an SRL podcast? Is that what you're trying to tell me right now?
No, we've just added to all the other things I had to do weekly. As John
a lot of
Tabasco.
people listen to those podcasts as well. It'd be really worthwhile.
Yeah, it would be, yeah. For all 5 of our fans. As Lachlan Martin pushing for the line. He'll almost get there. Well, in fact, he will get there on his back, though. Peter Goff. That's the referee with the beautiful mustache. Just in case you're wondering, Snicko.
Oh, I hate that guy.
Playing the ball, he does not want to hear any of Gutho's complaints. As 5th and last, they go out to the left. It misses Freaky. It'll go out to McCluggey for a freakishly short kick, and Corey Goetz comes down with it, driven back, and that'll be a changeover.
Yeah, not a bad set there for the Titans. They put it in the corner, which is where you want it. They're just going to have to muscle up now. And unfortunately, they forgot to do that. Jake Scott just straight through a hole, showing Sonny Tai. He's the man to jag a Queensland forward spot.
Yeah, and I think he really deserves that over a lot of those 70, high 70, almost 80 rated props. I think Jake Scott's the man there, Sonny.
How many do Queensland have? Jesse Bennett, is he a Queenslander?
Nah, he's a New South Welshman.
Allison?
Yeah.
Allison and Malchus.
Allison, Malchus. Probably a couple others I can't think of right now, but there'd be a fair few, I think.
It sounds to me like Jake Scott is the man for the 14 jersey.
Absolutely, as the Titans once again in hot attacking position here. They're going to shape up, and we'll get to the halfback discussion later, I think, because it's just getting exciting all of a sudden. Lachlan Martin. Keep calling him Liam Martin, ready for Origin. So that's the 4th out to the left. Going to be Christian McKay. And he'll score, Christian McKay. He'll get the ball down. They're going to set it upstairs here, but I think that the freak has in fact scored just under the post.
Yeah, he's done that easy, hasn't it?
Oh, well, truly.
Straight past Justin Monkey, the captain unable to hold the ball up. The freak slams that ball down for a big 4-pointer.
It's good to see there from Christian McKay as Michael McCluckey with a very easy kick here to make it 6 points lead. And we can finally talk about the halfbacks for the Blues. So wish to get the podcast mics ready, Snicko.
All right, hit me.
All right, so there's a lot of great options for halfback. Mike Lawson's obviously been one. You look at players as well, up and coming. Bradley Callaghan, he'd be a good shout. Charlie Butler was the halfback in Game 3 last series. Just coming to mind. Daniel Hellier in the race, of course. I already said TVK, didn't I? Yes, I did. So there's a lot of good options all around for the Blues. They've got they're cursed with a great selection, essentially.
Sounds like we're short in the halfback jersey, to be honest.
Really,
a lot of the other spots we have big veterans in the other spots, whereas this one it's going to be someone coming in to prove themselves. Not necessarily out and out platinum or gold player like we are blessed with in a lot of other positions.
It's just because I'm coach this season, Snicko. It is just because I'm coach and I can't play.
I thought you were a lock now.
Well, I am, but I play halfback for Origin, obviously. Don't be silly, Snicko. Won them the series, Snicko.
Didn't you not play Game 3? Dropped after 2 games?
Because I won them in the first 2 games. Correct, yes. Good job, Snicko. Good remembering. As it's Liam Ryan away now. He's going to try and peel away from Chaz Dingo. Brought down the 10. The Titans, they're trying to try and go back to back here. 5th and last. Where do they go? Out to the left. It will be McCluckey with the kicking duties. Puts it up high again. It's pretty short, though. And Kobe Kelly will come down with it. And McCluckey is doing everything to kick himself out of a Queensland jersey, it looks like.
Yeah, they really set up there for a nice little attacking raid, but unfortunately, McCluckey with the old shank. I kicked it, I think, 1 metre forward and 18 metres sideways and couldn't really put him in attacking position as Dingo slices through one, goes straight past Bunges. Brought down eventually on a good tackle by Mike Lee, who's another one that I could figure into this discussion. Of course, a hooker, not a halfback.
Mike Lee, great player. He's been very good at the start of the season here. In the finals, he was also very strong. So his form, it can't really be questioned, can it, Mike Lee? He's been snubbed a couple times from representative duties. I think he's just one of those players that lets others take the limelight, but that's exactly what we're looking for in some roles. You know, it's those that will set up other players to shine, and Mark Lee really gets the best out of everyone.
Yeah, I think unlike the halfback discussion, there's just a few out and out old heads that could really feature in the hooker jersey, and whichever ones don't make it, I will rightly feel hard done by. But unfortunately, there's only one hooker in a team, and it's going to be a very coveted spot as now Bumges takes a little hit up there. Something's happened to that man since he left the Warriors. I can't quite put my finger on it, but he is not the same man as when he left.
And a penalty there for the Titans as the Cowboys just making it tough for themselves now.
Yeah, Titans are a good attacking team, and they've sort of weathered an early Cowboys storm. And if they can crack on here, I think it'll be very hard for the Cowboys to chase them down.
Yeah, it'll be extremely difficult. And, you know, the Cowboys, they're a strong side, but they need to be like on their pace. They need to be playing their game. And at the moment, they're just on the back foot all the time. It's making it really difficult for them. As Corey Goetz now through the line, he's going to get almost to the 10. That's going to be the third. As he'll play the ball out to the right, it will be Mike Borsich just taking the crash play there. Look at his little legs go as he couldn't push over for a try. They go out to the left. It's going to be Lachlan Martin. Goes to McCluckey. Folded in the tackle there by Sinclair. Sorry, Marshall, in fact. As we'll go for the fifth and last. Lachlan Martin putting up the kicking duties because Michael McCluckey's still trying to find his ribs. And Levi Raymond driven back just short of his own try line. He's done well to stay in field there.
Yeah, Michael McCluckey, check your Dax. There might be a little bit of a stain there. That was a huge hit from Sinclair. Scares the halfback out of kicking for the next players. Now Jacob Morris takes the hit up. Will, does Christian McKay have a try-scoring animation?
I don't believe he does, unfortunately.
Can we crowdfund a Timmy Trumpet sound for him? Freaks. Christian, I know you're hearing this. Spend the $8. I'm sure it'll be worth it.
Oh, God. I mean, he's scored every week so far, so he'd be getting lots of use out of it. I think Lachlan said he scored like 6 tries in his last 5 games or something like that. So
yeah, I saw that last week in SRL chat as well. So that's 7 out of 6. We could have heard the trumpet 7 times by now. He would put the money out for one.
You know, it'd really just bring the quality up, wouldn't it?
It'd really bring the power of friendship, I think the Titans call it, that they go for. It's funny because this isn't backyardigans, this is football, but the Titans, they do it their own way.
Yeah, this is not the backyardigans, this is footy. As we are all aware. And they can't just use the power of friendship. NRL Canberra Raiders style. The power of friendship gets them all of 29 metres, I think it said there. As they go left, McCluckey puts a kick in, and he's not smashed that time. Jordan Marshall is looking for him, though, and he wants to put a shot on. Kobe Kelly down the wing now, and McCluckey will just tackle him from behind, too scared to get in front of him.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, which is unusual, but it does happen on occasion. This right-hand touchline closest to us is a bit of a New South Wales showdown. Kobe Kelly against Nathan O'Donnell. Yeah,
that's correct. Both wingers fighting for a Blues jersey. Maybe both wingers will get the Blues jersey. Who really knows? But Kobe Kelly, he's been stellar to start the season. He was probably the best winger in the competition last season. He was the top try-scoring winger. I think he had the top run meters as well and the top line breaks. So if he kept the off-field stuff out of it, he would have probably been fine for a winger of the season. But that's okay. And Nathan O'Donnell, quality winger. Sad departure from the Knights, but one man's loss is another man's gain in the Titans. They've replaced Ben O'Donnell very well with a gold-rated winger.
Yeah, would you say that? Oh, nice little break there from BBL Drizzy. He's going to go a long way there.
Big run.
Dingo doesn't want to touch him, but gets there eventually. Would you say Kobe Kelly was blessed by that staunch Melbourne forward pack that made teams punt a lot, which gave him a lot of opportunities for all those big run meters that we talked about?
I mean, you could say that, Snicko, and to a degree, I would agree. But in the same sense, a lot of the stuff that he did was it was solo efforts. It was not just the long-range tries. It was just those ones close to the try line, mid-range tries. He was really good wherever he was, and it was often himself scoring Sometimes he wasn't even set up. We'd just give him the ball in the opposition's 40 and he'd be able to just run it all the way to the try line. So he is a quality winger, and he's been doing that since his first stint at the Cowboys way back in season 6. So he just is a really good ball carrier.
Yeah, he does strike me as someone who could do things solo, just from what I've seen of him. But it does beg the question, such a good player, and you let him go.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of salary cap issues.
Isn't he a bronze?
Yeah, we just, we couldn't fit him this season.
Yeah, right. It's not all sunshine and roses in the storm. Salary cap scandal. You heard it here first on SRL TV.
You just heard that we don't have one. It's the opposite of what you heard, but okay. As Lachlan Martin through the line, fending off one. As he'll play the ball just on the halfway line. That's the second. Now goes to Borson. Spreads it out to Luke Driscoll, who I keep on almost saying Lucy Driscoll. Being outplayed by his own offspring as Dylan Murray. Brought down there. That's going to be the fourth. They've got options all over the park. Out to the left, it's going to be Luke Driscoll again with the hit up, running it straight at Jacob Morrison. As fifth and last. Where do they go? Out to the right. It's going to be... out to the left. It's going to be McCluckey putting up another short bomb. And that is just... to be kind to the Queenslander, that is a useless kick from McCluckey, and he's really not performing real well in his bomb kicks tonight. Maybe just put it along the ground.
Perhaps they're working it away from Kobe Kelly and dropping on Lucas Deuce instead. If we're going to try and find a use for that. But just touching on the Driscoll right second row selection, I'm really curious to see how Luke develops Lucy, because Luke has been vocal, I guess you'd say, in SRL chat over a period of time, believing that the stats bell curve. So what that means is that the difference from 98 to 99 is actually smaller than the difference from, say, 80 to 81. And the closer you get to 99, the less the stats impact. So it'll be really interesting to see if Lucy goes all the way up to the 99 speed as the second row, or if she parks at, say, a 90 or something.
Oh, as Corey Goats is away, he's beaten Chaz Dingo. He's going to go all the way under the sticks here. And there we go, something from nothing. Corey Goats, talk about a bell curve. And he will just make a big curve out of Chaz Dingo there. What a try from Corey Goats.
Yeah, I've often said stats don't matter, and Corey Goats proved me there. He just said enough is enough. Leave the stats to SRL chat, and he's gone straight past a few of them there. He's got a knack for that kind of thing, Corey Goats, ever since he was a young pup at the Bulldogs under Damo Moana. What can the Titans say except thank you, and the Bulldogs say you're welcome, because they've got an absolute gift there in Corey Goats. And they're going to go in comfortable leaders.
Yeah, 100%. And it's interesting that you're talking about stats, Snicker, because I thought you didn't believe in them.
Yeah,
you explained that really well.
I started talking about them, and all of a sudden, the football picks up, as if to say, Sticko, that's enough. No one wants to hear this, and I agree with him.
It just seems like he proved your point, so... that you're so advocating that stats just to tell absolutely everything. So, wow, I didn't expect that, Snicker. You've obviously turned over a new leaf here.
I'm a multifaceted SRL player. If you haven't figured that out by now, you haven't been paying attention.
Yeah, you're good at knocking on.
McCluckey
passes. What the heck was that from McCluckey?
I've never seen that.
It just weaves through it off the kickoff, and McCluckey, maybe he's going to run his way into an Origin jersey. He's certainly not going to kick his way there. But he's going to try his best to just turn people inside out and put that jersey on. There's Christian McKay running up through the middle now. That's going to be the fourth. They're going to go to the right. Now it goes to Borsons. He gets the wide pass out to
well, that was intercepted.
And that's a double knock on. That's a rare occurrence for us in the SRL, and we're going to have a scrum.
Here we go. Get the ball to Dingo. Watch him.
Where's
cook.
Dingo? Yeah.
Oh, it's Mike Iron. He's missed the memo there. Dingo is almost a cheat code off a scrum situation.
Dingo is probably the best at it off a scrum, and they just didn't utilize him there. 30 seconds left on the clock. If the Cowboys can come up with something before half-time, it'd go a long way. But so far, it looks like they're just going to try and put it through the forward pack. Where's Chaz Dingo? That's your man that you want. They'll go to him now. Chaz Dingo stepping one. Brought down 18-6 at half-time. The Titans with the lead.
What's going on, SRL fans? We are back for the second half at Cbus Super Stadium, where the Titans lead 18 points to 6. The Cowboys points coming in a 4th-minute raid from Chaz Dingo, whereas the Gold Coast have scored quite consistently throughout the half. William, you had the chance to pop down to the sheds. What have you got for me?
Yeah, for the Titans, they were pretty happy with that first half. They just, that basically their message was keep on going, The way they started was good. In that, after the 20-minute period, they just kept on working it through the middle, and that created opportunities for their backs. So they just wanted to keep it the way it was. The Cowboys, they had a couple swaps at halftime. They've got a couple switches here and there, and they know they've got to improve in quite a few areas. I think the main message was get Chaz Dingo some early ball, get him up and around the pack, and try and wear those forwards out.
As Lenny Phillips gets a nice little offload away to Mark Lyon. You're right, Chaz Dingo, the danger man, as he always is. They're going to need him to stand up in the second half as Justin Monkey takes a nice little hit up on the 5th tackle before he grabs. Goes to Mark Lee, who's away. They get the advantage. I don't see Liam Littleman Bumges out there, Will.
No, I think he was brought off at half-time, actually, to make room for, would it be Kyriakis Ilias? No, he wasn't. He's not a starter, so he's not back on. Correct.
Yeah, right. So very interesting. In his first game back as vice captain, they play him for only, unless something freaky's going on with the subs, only 19 minutes. Is that all right?
Yeah, that is correct.
Wow, my title as most selfless man in the SRL might be disappearing. That's a bold move from Liam Rogers. Oh, wow.
Oof, that is an interesting kick there. And
as the expert on that kind of thing, Will, I'll let you take this one.
That is what we call a shank. That's all that can really be said. That was pretty poor effort there.
Someone put up the umbrella because it's raining footballs over in chair 1 over there. I totally lost my train of thought there. Sultan to go straight through, and he's come back against his old team. He punches a hole straight up the middle. That is not slug-like from Sultan. That was very, very good. As now Jamison goes to Iron. He goes to Dingo. Little left. No right foot, but held up there. Tremendous from Mark Lee. Captain v captain. As now Monkey's going to push over because he is actually the captain, not Chaz Dingo. He ends up on his back, I believe, as Peter Goff says no try, and I have to say I agree with him. Yeah,
I mean, you'd have to. They nowhere near getting the ground, and I don't know why they even sent it up. Just make a decision, you spineless referee. Maybe that's a bit harsh, but just make a decision.
I really value our referees, Will. I'd prefer if you wouldn't insult them when they can't hear us. Morrison's
no good.
Yeah, as now Mark Iron goes high. This could be goalpost territory. It's not. Nate O'Donnell catches it, and it's going to be up for a 7-tackle set there. Nate O'Donnell, do you have any info on that name change? As Freaky McKay gets a bit jiggy with it, straight through a hole.
Nathan O'Donnell just, going back to his roots, he said. And he's changed his name. Whatever those roots are, I guess it's something to do with Island representative footy. Oh, good pass.
Yeah, I actually heard a rumour. That was very
good pass.
Liam Ryan does Chaz Dingo. Is Kobe Kelly going to get there? He won't, because he's on the other side of the field. The left Cowboys winger brings him down. Liam Ryan plays it now. Yeah, I actually heard a rumour that they missed Ben O'Donnell so much they made Nathan Fitcher change his name. I'm not sure the truth to that, but that's just what I've been told. Is now Felix Soto, fresh on the field. He can't push over. Tabasco's come off for him, and he's really good at that. Now Borsons, is he going to push over? I think he will. Mike Borsons plants that ball down. He extends the lead out here. Make a decision, Peter Goff.
Just make it.
Yeah, he gets the ball down. Justin Monkey unable to hold that one up.
See, if Peter Goff wasn't standing on the try line there, he would have been able to see the ball.
Yeah, Jake Scott, the vice captain, unable to get that one. Reminiscent of our days back in the gunslinger. We didn't stop many tries then either. Now the Titans have taken a handy 16-point lead, 2 points to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've just been... It was all off the back of that Liam Ryan run, wasn't it? Just the cheeky inside ball from Dylan Murray. And they're able to set up real well from it.
Yeah, and I didn't realise there's a bit of a family connection in this game with Dylan Murray up against Callum Murray. Distant relatives,
of course, yeah.
I believe. I don't think there's anything tangible there, but Murray bragging rights here. We could almost have a Murray Little Tri-Nations, chuck in Riley Murray from your boys Storm, from your Storm boys, and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm sure there's another Murray somewhere, but I can't think of their name right now. Maybe it was a Mines player from a while ago, but yeah, there's quite a few Murrays. Just get them on the Victoria-New South Wales border, I reckon, and watch them go down the river.
It'd be pointless down there. That river is useless. As now Hayden Davis takes a hit up. Titans starting to march away with this one, would you say, Will?
Yeah, absolutely. They are 18 points up. I think it'd be pretty safe to say they're marching away with it now.
Yeah, if they could keep it in that little 9 to 18 category, I would be extremely grateful.
Well, yes, I would be too. Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would be, if I check tips quickly. As now Hayden Davis gets the big bump straight past one. Chaz Dingo eventually herds him backwards in a manner reminiscent of a canine. Eventually, I thought it was a bit long in the tackle. Very dangerous there. Now, Felix Stoddard, there's a bit of a headgear brigade out there. Him, McLucky, Liam Ryan poking around the back. They're going to end up 32 metres out here. They're going to be a punt kick, I believe it is. McLucky, someone check the antenna because that radar is not right.
Yeah, that is a shocker from McLucky. And I think that maybe... I think that maybe Mark Lee's away.
Lee. And he is, and he gets a bit of a swerve on, and he breaks a tackle or 2 millimetres from the line for Mark Lee. That is very, very good from the veteran. And now McLucky goes to Boston. Is he going to have a double? I think he is not. Not yet, anyway. Brought down on his back.
He's made a decision, though, here, Peter Goff.
He hasn't. How's the dirt on Boston's head? That's the first time I've seen anything above the eye line from him. Normally it's eyebrows and then smooth, shiny skin, but a bit of dirt there. Freaky McKay brought down eventually. The power of friendship really coming to the fore here as now McLucky takes another hit up. I think that's both halves scoring, actually. He got one earlier in the half, so edge defense not great. Now they're going to go wide. Speaking of edge defense, old Donald gets the ball down, and I think this could be a blowout, Will.
Yeah, it very well looks like it could be. The Cowboys grabbing the first try, and the next 5 have just gone to the Titans. Nathan O'Donnell down the wing, untouched until he planted that ball. Exactly what you want to see from your winger. And
yeah, Kobe Kelly, you've just watched your way out of the Blues jersey, I believe. Nate O'Donnell, terrific job there. What do we think? Is McLucky going to slot this one? The way he's kicked tonight, I back him.
He very well could here. And in fact, he has. Well done. Wow. Maybe that's why they keep him around, just for his goal kicking, because it's definitely not for his general play kicking.
Do you think the Cowboys would let him place the ball on the ground before he kicks it? Or will it have to be out of the hands? Or would that actually constitute a knock-on if you tried to place kick in the middle of a game?
Yes, so drop kicks have to be a one motion.
One motion?
Yes,
right.
You can't drop it, wait a couple seconds and kick it. That would be a knock-on.
Anyway, hopefully Cowboys can jag one here and bring this back to 18 points as Hayden Davis takes another hit up. He's been a workhorse since he's come back on. I think his Blues eligible, Will?
Hayden Davis, yes, he is. He played for the Blues last season. There's a lot of prop talent around.
Tell me about it.
There's lots of Blues props, so it'll be interesting to see where he fits into that squad. Oh, wasn't picked off pass there from Jake Scott.
Yeah, the other 3 props, I'll be happy to welcome him to camp. They'll be very lucky to make it.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to you being our reserve water boy, Snicko.
Someone's got to do it. Anything for the state. As now Dingo goes to Mike Iron. I thought Phillips was going to get a little touch there, but I'm not exactly sure what happened. Maybe some respectability back here for the Cowboys if Dingo can get a little shimmy going on, but he's brought down a great tackle there by the opposition fullback. And you got to think if this is the Queensland versus New South Wales fullback showdown, a bit ominous here for the Blues, Will, because Liam Ryan's got the points victory so far. Now Mark Iron gets the grubbery. Mark Lee, he wanted another runaway, but he didn't quite get there.
Yeah, no good there from the kick from Mark Iron. There's an important set there from the Cowboys because, the game looks to be out of reach. But if they score there, they've only got 3 tries down. They would have another 25 minutes to get that. That's plenty of time for the Cowboys. Plenty of time for Chaz Dingo. So it's a bit of a disappointing way to end that set. Even if they just, put a good grubber kick in and applied enough pressure, it would be good signs. But their confidence really looks like it's hurting at the moment, the Cowboys.
Yeah, their confidence is wavering. And I suppose, what was that pass? Interesting, but Lachlan Martin's turned into a very good result. I thought it was going for McLucky, but Martin just said, "Oh, sorry, McLucky, you did not get to have another kick today."
Good choice.
And just took the ball off him completely. I was going to say, without Jack Carl, they've sort of missed that big half option. The Cowboys at the moment, he was going to be their superstar 5'8", and captain, I believe, leading into the season. So maybe, yeah, you're right. They just haven't quite got the combinations right yet to finish. I wouldn't mind seeing Lucas Juice back into that halfback jersey. It was really good to start last season before he disappeared. Yeah, there's Dingo. He's found his way back into the game. But yeah, Lucas Juice was very good to start last season. Cowboys were on a bit of a roll. Then they flipped him out of there to sort of shore up. Not a knock on, interesting, to shore up that right centre position.
Almost definitely off his hand.
Yeah. The corner is coming in clutch there for Jacob Morrison. So they do have a few options if they want to try and fix this, because at the moment, it's broken.
Yeah. They have got options. Lucas Deuce at centre is really strong, but I don't know, Mark Iron, apparently he was killing it in the tests. I haven't seen anything in games to attest to that. But I guess we'll see. You know, we've got to give it a bit of time. He hasn't played in the halves before, and he's getting all the responsibility now. So it's a tough call early on, but they got to do something quick in the same sense, because, you know, there's only 13 games in the season and 3
40-20?
Yeah. Yep.
Very nicely done there. So kicking responsibility away from McLucky straight to Lachlan Martin. And we've seen an instant result there. First the big boot downtown, then into the 40-20. The other thing is, though, the Cowboys are, if they lose this game, which is looking like they might, they're still going to be 2-1, so well in the finals berth. So not quite penny stations yet, but perhaps they just can't quite match it. Well, it's very interesting. The Cowboys beat the Warriors, who then beat the Titans, who are now going to go on to beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's confusing. It's just the way the SRL cookie can crumble. At times,
Yeah,
it's
a
just
bit
the way.
of rock, paper, scissors action there.
Yeah.
Felix Stoder takes a little hit up there. Who would you say the scissors are in this situation?
I'm whoever's sharpest. Yep.
I
don't know.
I was going to say it's not the Titans looking at Christian McKay's hair. That bloke needs a haircut.
Yeah, I'll say that the sharpest is probably. You know what? I'll say that the Rock is probably the Warriors, just because they're forward back, very strong.
They do not move. They are very steadfast in what they're doing.
They are. Yeah, that's very true. Very, very true.
Which by default makes the Titans the scissors. And I guess the Cowboys are the paper tonight, and they're getting cut to shreds. But that was a nice little run there. And a little held in tackle. Could we see a little sin bin here? I think we have the Titans next week, so if the Cowboys could just work on this one, I would appreciate it.
No bias commentary there, and yeah, I mean, the purpose of that penalty is just beyond me. It was a very deliberate one as well. You know, there's never a time that a held and tackle penalty is not deliberate. So,
what if a player was injured and laid in the tackle because they physically couldn't move their legs?
Well, this is not the backyardigans. This is footy, and they need to get up. It's Jordan Ford through the line.
Yeah, you're right. Jordan Ford, that was a very nice run from him. He had a good first half as well. Now Mark Iron, is he going to push over and get over the line? Save my bet here, Mark Iron. He isn't. Turned on his back there. Peter Goff going to go upstairs. He says try. Another one incorrect, Mr. Goff.
I think he'll be dropped next week as well, Peter Goff. He'll be getting no State of Origin appointments.
No, bring back Will Kay. Are you going to referee the State of Origin?
I don't think that would be fair. I can't commentate coach and referee, I don't think.
Is it going to be a Sonny Ty Will Kay commentary affair?
It may, very well maybe. I think that was the plan, but I guess we'll wait to see about our availability. Oh, it was a good tap back. Oh, a great tap back.
Let's go, Dingo.
Oh, I think he's dropped it.
Let's go. Dingo. Man, I needed that.
We'll get another angle
here.
here.
There's downward pressure.
He did not ground that at all. Good tackle there from Liam Ryan, though.
Yeah, great tackle from Liam Ryan. If that was a baby, Dingo would not have dropped that.
Yeah, an interesting call there from the referee, considering that probably should be a 20-meter restart, but that's okay. The Cowboys will happily take that, and I don't think Peter Goff will be getting many more centre appointments with the game he's been having.
No, and a little hit off the ball there as well. Tabasco's back on the field, as is another Titans friend. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't quite got his name yet. McLucky takes one down. So here I was thinking 60 coins were going to be deposited in my account, but Dingo has robbed me and wronged me. We'll make note of that. Are you sure you're going to put that man in New South Wales team, Will?
Dingo.
There is a man by Barnes floating around.
There is. And obviously, at the time of commentary, you would have missed the... you've obviously missed the Canberra game. If you're thinking of Barnes still.
I always think of Barnes. In my dreams, I have nightmares of him. When we play him, he pops up out of nowhere. I would say he's personally terrorised me the most of any SRL player, so you're right. He is in my brain. But now Morrison goes through. He's been really handy. Able to hit a gap well here.
He's a New South Welshman as well.
Ooh, a little speedy second row. As now Calamari gets the swerve on. Yeah, we were discussing off air that second row stocks are not as plentiful as other positions for New South Wales. So Jacob Morrison, sit by the phone, my friend. You might have a little phone call judging by what's happened in this game. As there, Dingo, I like you again, back on my good side. If we just nail this kick, Cowboys will be down by 18 points here. A little respectability coming back in the scoreline. Is that a Justin Monkey kick?
I think it's Lenny Phillips, actually.
Lenwood. Very nice. Levi Raymond will knock this over for sure.
Oh, yeah, sure. 15 minutes, 3 tries. What do you think, Snicko? Possible?
Oh, anything's possible in the SRL. Probable. No.
Fair enough. I mean, they scored 2 tries in the last 10 minutes, I believe, in the last week, because that 19-28 scoreline, that would make sense to me. I think mathematically, yes, that would check out. So
they've also scored 2 tries in the last 65 minutes, so to expect another 3 from them today.
Potato.
Very interesting. And I thought we weren't quoting stats anymore. We saw what happened. We're going to have another Corey Goats down the sideline freak accident as McLucky gets us underway. Are we going to see anything here from Levi Raymond? A little swerve? No, he goes to Jordan Ford. Another good run from him. He's been really impressive.
Yeah, and I don't know where he's eligible for. I mean, it'd be pretty rough picking him for any Origin, regardless of whatever state he would play for, considering he was in retirement and has come out of retirement in 2 games. You'd be pretty dirty. Was he in
retirement?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Jordan Ford. So you'd be pretty dirty, wouldn't you, if you're a player that got stubbed for Jordan Ford?
I think game's game, and if Jordan Ford has got it, you've got to respect that. As now Raymond goes short side to Deuce is down the sideline. So tell me the Jordan Ford story and tell the listeners what happened there.
He retired, and he came out of retirement to play season 8.
Was that a personal request from the Cowboys captain, or was it just coincidental?
I think it was a friendly favour called in.
Yeah, right. You'd hate to come back for someone who disappears before the season even starts. It's Hayden Davis. Just unfortunate, I guess, for Jordan Ford, but he is playing quite well, so maybe he'll stick around anyway. Make some new friends in this Cowboys team. As now McLucky goes to Tabasco. He's going to go a couple of meters past post-contact there. Very nicely done. Now Daly, he's back on the field as well. So we're not going to see Liam Littleman Bumges at all in the second half. Very selfless from the man. As now Tabasco takes another hit up. Got a good work rate, that man.
Yeah, he sure does, and he's just been relentless tonight. Boston, his kicking game's been good, eh? McLucky, he's really picked up the scraps from McLucky's. I won't say awful. I'll just say bad kicking game tonight.
I think that we haven't really seen Boston's kick, to be honest. It's been a lot of McLucky specials, and then Lachlan Martin took over.
Lachlan took over, yes.
Yeah, that was nice from Boston. It was a nice little controlled kick. We're going to see one from Raymond here. Nah, ooh, I thought he was through there, but if I was him, I'd pass the Dingo as well. He's very good with the ball. But fourth tackle here, they just haven't been able to get any real go forward. Calamari back on the field as well. Brought down there by Tabasco. So they're going to have to punt here. It's going to open them up to a dangerous return from the likes of Corey Goats or Nate O'Donnell.
Goats. Oh, good tackle there from Lenny Phillips. And he's been playing quite well tonight, actually, Lenny Phillips. And probably their best defender. He's put Corey Goats, really stopped his threat a lot. And he's only a rookie, you know, he's only just started. So, bright career ahead of him for Lenny Phillips, I think.
The screwdriver. Very good in defence, the Phillips screwdriver. As now Hayden Davis goes to Driscoll. He had a not bad first half, but not very solid the second half. But that is the plight of the right second rower, I suppose, as Davis gets the offload away and someone's hit off the ball before Mark Lee picks it up. He's brought down with it. They're going to have a chance here for a little two-pass bomb, but instead they go to McLucky. And he bombs it anyway. Eventually it comes down to the man himself, Lenny Phillips. A little holding tackle penalty? No.
Nah, no penalty apparently. And just they need some go forward here. The last 7 minutes. I think the Titans are pretty comfortable. They're just going to sail their way to victory here.
Yeah, I think 7 minutes to go. 3 tries would be pretty out of the question. As Dingo makes another line break. He's had a lot of line breaks this game. It just hasn't quite nailed him like he can. The drop ball, of course, the big blemish that could have kick-started the comeback. But the Titans overall too strong. With 5 minutes to go here, it's a bit of a victory lap from them. As Corey Goats gets a second chance to go the length of the field.
Talk about victory lap.
And he goes straight past one.
Talk about victory lap.
Jeez. Corey Goats says, I will not go down. NBT, look over your shoulder because there is a winger up and coming for that Queensland spot. There's that Borson straight through a hole. Oh, and his Dingo there. He is eventually back-to-back tackles for him. He's going to be gassed here if they can get over the line one more time. Oh, Liam Ryan put up inches.
Lenny Phillips
inches
again
from the try line. Lenny Phillips. And then Dylan Murray gets over the line.
That was all in vain. Yep. Dylan Murray over the line. That was an in-vain tackle. Should just let Liam Ryan score.
Yeah, unfortunately, is that Jake Scott? I think it is. Unable to hold him up.
Jordan Ford. Again.
Jordan Ford, the 10. Oh, Jake Scott's the 8, of course. Jordan Ford. He heard us talking about eligibility and got a bit nervous. Unfortunately, not Emmanuel Clark. Not a whole lot of clutch in him, I guess. And now McLaughlin's going to kick to extend this margin to 24. Do you sense another Cowboys try? Can we bring this back to 18?
No. Honestly, no. And that's unfortunate, but... Oh. That was crap. McLucky, he's been kicking well. I'll think that 5 from 6. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh. 5 from 6. Pretty good night for McLucky.
Yeah, 22-point lead as a 5'8". You can't be too concerned with an individual performance. They've been solid across the board, with really the only blemish being McLucky forgetting how to kick at all, really. I'm not really sure what happened to him. But they've covered his kicks well. They've had a lot of punch out of their back half. Like that was set up by that terrific Corey Goats run. Their forwards have been strong, if not outstanding. But would you say the difference has been the kick returns from the Titans?
Yeah, I think they've been really strong. And I mean,
and
maybe it's their kick chase even.
I was going to say, yeah, in defense, yeah. They just haven't given the Cowboys the meters that the Cowboys have afforded them. So I guess the Titans did tighten up the defense earlier in the game, as now McLucky takes a hit up, and it seems like his game is regressing the further we go.
Yeah, it may be time for retirement for McLucky.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
I mean, he was good when he was a rookie for the for the Rabbitohs. Jerome Daly tries to take off Kobe Kelly's head. He didn't like the cut of his jib.
Yeah, can you blame him? Kobe Kelly just caught one high here. Maybe a couple of weeks too late, a couple of months too late. That could have solved a lot of issues if that happened early on in his career. But instead, the Cowboys are going to have a chance now to add a bit of respectability to this scoreline and to my pocket. Jake Scott takes it to 30 metres out. They're going to have, this will be their last set. There's Callum Murray straight through a hole. Callum Murray, Liam Ryan brings him down, but they're going to be a chance for a little barge over. Where's Jacob Morrison? He's the man. Do they spin it left? No, they go right to Mark Iron, who goes inside Jake Scott. And Jake Scott, is he going to push over? He is. Jake Scott gets the ball over the line. The margin's going to be 16 points. And there's a lot of happy SRL fans out there.
Yeah, and I can tell that that's the one you took, Snicko. And that's because you copy me and That's the one I took. Titans 9-18. Look at that. The green lights. That is beautiful. It's the most excited you've sounded all night, in fact.
Yeah, it's been a long night. There's been a lot of tries scored, a lot of action, and I guess the Titans, it hasn't been a contest since about the 20th minute, so good that we can have a little bit of fun at the end. The Cowboys get to restore some respectability. It's going to be their first loss of the season. They were disappointed that they couldn't keep it tight. They've sort of been blown out as the game's gone on, and you have to think the Titans will be a bit of a top 4 threat as the season goes on, and they're the teams that the Cowboys are going to have to beat at the back end of the season should they make it that far.
Yeah, 100%. They're going to be tough to beat, and we just know how quality they are. And if they fix McLucky's kicking, which I know Liam Ryan has been working on for a while, they're going to be really dangerous. Like having 2 threatening halves in their kicking game. Apparently they've only got Mike Borsons, but if they have 2 of those, it's going to be really scary.
McLucky's quite good. McLucky's quite good within that 10-meter range.
I think we've disproven that tonight. But anyway.
No, his bombs have all been for about 30 meters out.
That's true.
They just haven't really landed. But yeah, I think based on previous games, this might have been a one-off for McLucky because he has fixed it up a bit this season. But nonetheless, they ran out 16-point winners, 6 tries to 3. Pretty comprehensive victory there for the Titans. As we're going to flick to some stats. My favourite part of the night. 55% possession feels about right, as do the errors, 5-7. Penalties, interestingly, against the Titans. And, of course, try scoring was shared. The Freak got one. McLucky, Goats, Borsons, O'Donnell and Murray. Whereas Dingo, the double for him, as you would almost expect. And Jake Scott and my gunslinger brethren got one right at the end to really save my bacon. Line breaks, interestingly enough, pretty even.
Yeah.
And the missed tackle was higher from the Titans, but
that was
you wouldn't know that looking at the result.
No, I mean 40 more tackles from the Cowboys. What's that? 8 more sets, 7 more sets. So a lot of work there from them, evidently. So that's tough work from the Cowboys tonight. Move on to individual ones. Whew.
Yeah. Liam Ryan, 207 metres. That's quite impressive. As is Mark Lee's 26 tackles with none missed.
6 line
and
breaks.
2 try assists. Yeah, and 6 line breaks. So
he's made the most line breaks out of any player there.
Pick up your phone, Mark Lee, when Will K calls later on in the week. That would be my tip. Of course, I have no idea who's actually going to be selected. Corey Goats was really good, 190 metres. He was probably the best winger on the field.
Yeah, I have to say.
O'Donnell scored one, I believe.
Yeah, he did.
He did, but didn't really get the kick return opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael McLucky kicked for 88 metres from 9 kicks. That's kind of funny.
Yeah. And Mike Borson's kicked for 88 from 3 kicks.
Yeah.
So,
Some good tackles there. Missed tackles pretty shared. Dylan Murray with 5, but that's a life of a centre.
Yeah.
I think we'll flick over.
Not much else to be told there.
Yeah. Interestingly here, Chaz Dingo topped the metres with only 166. So we sort of said they couldn't get out of their own half, and that sort of tells a story. Jake Scott, the best forward with 132. 2 line breaks for him and a try is a pretty handy game. Jacob Morrison was good as well. He got a try. He did not get a try, Jacob Morrison. I must be misremembering, but he did make 16 tackles and didn't miss any, which is always good in the second row. Lenny Phillips, you mentioned, was good. He had 9 tackles, but I think every single one of them was almost a try saver. And if you look at the kick meters, the Cowboys did pretty well comparatively to the Titans, but I guess that's the reflective of the field position.
They had to.
Yeah, when you're punting every single set, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. It was tough going for the Cowboys out tonight. Dingo did his best to get up amongst it. But, when you make 23 tackles in a game as a fullback, it's going to be really hard to get any sort of go forward. He was trying his best to put his team on his back. He had the most run meters, the most line breaks, the second most tackles. So, I don't know. I don't think he'll be out of a...
Justin
he scored
Monkey,
2 tries
33 tackles with 1 missed as well.
Yeah, that's big as well.
Is the record 36?
It's either 36 or 39. I'm not too sure from memory.
Yeah, but anytime you get the 30s, that's a big stint.
Yeah, so he's done well there. So, yeah, tough game for Chaz Dingo, and just needed the rest of his team to come with him.
That's 100%. But not all is lost for the Cowboys. They are, of course. They'll be equal on points with the Titans after this match anyway.
Yeah,
With 2 wins and 1 loss. I'm not sure about for and against. But yeah, that's all from me. You got anything left, Commissioner?
I've got absolutely nothing, mate.
All right, on to the highlights. Thanks for listening, everyone. And I will see you for the next game.